Okay, no introduction required. Y'all see the title of the video. And this is from an email I received. Today, in this topic of discussion, we're going to talk about SBE, which is shame, blame, and explain, versus CBC. And for those of y'all who don't know what CBC means, it means cry, bitch, and complain. Which one is worse than the other? And this is from an email request. Okay, let's see. And yes, I'm on a different device reading this email. JD, I've been hearing a lot of talk about SBE, shame, blame, and explain. But don't you find it baffling that the ones who SBE and the ones who complain about SBE are the same ones crying, bitching, and complaining CBC at the same time? And hold up a second, even though I should not have to make this disclaimer, I should not even have to make a disclaimer about this, but I will anyway. Before anybody gets in their feelings, this is an email asking me a question. Therefore, no one should be getting in their feelings at all over this question. This person, one of my supporters outside of YouTube and the internet, want clarification. This is not in any way an attack towards anybody. This here, if anything, this right here, is someone asking for clarification. So please, don't come in my channel all up in your feelings and shit because I'm talking about this. This is a question that I'm about to answer. With that being said, let's get on with it. And of course, if you want my honest opinion, where's the verses in that? No, seriously, where's the verses in that? The ones who shame, blame, and explain is not going after the ones who cry, bitch, and complain. If anything, and I mean anything, SBE and CBC has a whole lot in common than you think. In fact, I'll go the extra mile and say the same ones who SBEing be the same ones who are CBCing. The same ones who shame, blame, and explain be the same exact ones who cry, bitch, and complain. One example is when you hear content creators shame, blame, and explain other people or groups they do not get along with. In fact, they're so bothered about any other side that they don't get along with, they don't disagree with it. They have to shame, blame, and do all the explaining. But when those same groups turn right back around, clap back on that ass, and embarrass their ass, the same ones who shame, blame, and explain will turn right back around and be the same ones crying, bitching, and complaining because they got embarrassed. Does that make any sense to people? I hope it does make a lot of sense. I mean, look at Look at the MGTOW haters. What do they do? They want to shame, they want to blame, and they want to explain. But when they get their asses to them, they do a 360 turnaround, then cry, bitch, and complain over the fact that they got their asses embarrassed. So basically, this isn't SBE versus CBC. If anything, I call it SBE and CBC at the same damn time. Now, ain't no use of me lying. The first time I heard about SBE is from Big J Triple X. It's from Big J Triple X. Peace to Big J Triple X, by the way. Which is shame, blame, and explain. And yes, you got a lot of motherfuckers on YouTube want to shame, blame, and explain a whole lot of shit. To me, it's pointless. If you disagree with something, why they can't act like adults and just straight disagree? That's everybody's question. But then turn around and CBC when shit don't go their way or they don't get what they want. Another example of SBE that turns to CBC is when you got retarded fucks going around attacking people for no fucking reason whatsoever. And when they get their asses played out and embarrassed, that's when they want to get emotional. That's when they want to get in their feelings. Now their SBE turns to CBC. Their shame, blame, and explaining soon turns to crying, bitching, and complaining. Now all of a sudden they want to get emotional. Now all of a sudden they want to get in their feelings. Now all of a sudden the same ones who want to go around starting shit are now the same ones wanting to play the victim. I hope I'm not losing you yet. I hope I'm not losing you yet when I'm explaining all this. But you see how it goes? So in conclusion, it's not SBE versus CBC. I'd rather call it SBE and CBC. Shame, blame, and explain that soon turns to crying, bitching, and complaining. I hope I answered your question in the best way possible. But nevertheless, I said what I had to say. I'm done and I'm out this bitch. Later.